What's up, everyone? I'm Emerald Louu. This is my channel on YouTube, and I'm so happy to see you. It's been a while since I've been here, but thank you for joining me. Today, we are going to talk about something that has been everywhere. Everyone has been talking about Danish deception, okay? If you do not know, Danish deception is basically a story time uploaded by a young woman named Onyeka.
Don't you look Devin? And I was like, huh. When did you get high?
I think that's how you say her name. She basically uploaded a story online on the TikTok talking about how she met and fell in love with this man who is Danish. His name is Martin something Anderson. Okay, so today I am going to just talk about some points that stood out to me that I felt like were what? Wait a minute. So Onyeka has been trending for about 2 weeks now, and you know it's everywhere and everybody's talking about it, and I have thoughts. Okay, so if we are to go back to the beginning, the first thing that is like, girl, what? Onyeka said that she asked Martin for his IG and his friend, because, you know, in a way of like, let me ask both of them so it don't look I'm just trying to ask Martin for his. And by the way, she doesn't say his name, she just says my ex, right? That's actually one of the points that annoys me. So we're gonna just go ahead and point it out right now. One of the things that bothers me the most is the fact that Onyeka says everyone else's name except for Martin, her ex-husband, and her mom and dad. But of course, because we don't call our mom and dads by their first names, we call them mom, we call them dad. But she says all her best friend's name. I don't remember if she said her sister's name, but everybody, she naming them. And of course, she didn't say a couple of people's names because, you know, she don't want them, you know, to put her out there, you know, because it'll be embarrassing. Okay, but she keeps saying my ex. Never says Martin. And, you know, I feel like that's the way to protect him and to kind of like cover him. But the weird thing about that is the fact that they actually were on TikTok doing videos together. So people know what he looks like if they've been following you. If they haven't been following you, they don't know who the heck you're talking about. But people who have been following you for a long time, they know who you're talking about, Onyeka. So why not just say, you know, Martin? A Florida girl, I love the beach. So when I see a guy with blue eyes, I do be like, man, those look like some ocean waters. Look like some, you know, beach waters, icy, you know, icy. Woo! So, hey, I'm not gonna be a Danish deception desperation to be like, oh my God, the blue eyes will lead me to the promised land. But I have looked in some blue eyes and been like, oh my God, well, aren't those beautiful, right? But I also love brown eyes. She met him on the beach. He was fine, according to her. And then let's go back to what I was saying before. She asked for the IG. Okay, you know, you asked for IG, you want to give him a little follow. But the one thing that made me feel like, girl, she was like, he was responding to all of my stories. He was saying something about everything that I was posting. Okay, because I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when you find somebody on Instagram, you start to go through their feed. Yeah, you go through their feed and you're just like, oh, oh, that's nice. Especially when you see somebody that you kind of like, you know. I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years back, if you found someone on IG that you thought was cute, it would be like a 3 like in a row maximum to give them the hint, like, hey, I'm on your page, I'm seeing your stuff. But after that, you stop because you don't want to be a stalker. You don't want to be doing too much. So you like a few of them, right? Okay, cool. So, all right, cool. She said he had DM'd her and said, what you doing tomorrow? And yada, 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 yada. Okay, that's cool. But then this is where it makes a wrong turn, is when she through DM, sends him a picture of her passport. Now, I have never been flued out before. Partner, book us flights to go out to get it. But I've never gone out. Have I ever gone? I don't think I have. But I have never known what's the process, because don't you just give your name? And I mean, I don't know, y'all tell me. I've never been flued out before, so I don't know what information they asked you for. But sending your whole, like, that any identification that can be altered, you don't do that, because your passport has your date of birth, your name, your picture, and a whole bunch of information that they could do a lot of stuff with. Because you know, you either need a driver's license or a passport photo ID to do anything. So you can go and have your homegirl or your cousin print out my picture and then present it and pretend you're me. And then now we have fraud, and now we have identity theft. But I guess she thought that was a good idea. I really wonder how old Onyeka is, because some of this is giving, maybe if you're in your early 20s, haven't had a lot of experience, haven't really dated out, haven't really met a guy that you really liked, and this happens to you. But if you're like out of the 20s and you're hitting 30s and this is going on, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand at all what's going on here. Okay. But she was doing this, and then she was like, oh, well, then I felt like, you know what? Well, let me just send him my number, or let me just ask him for his number. And then she said that Martin told her, oh, I've been waiting for you to just ask. How are you as a man waiting for me to ask you for your number? I don't understand. Why are you waiting for me to ask you for your number? So you are okay with just DM, text message. That's it, right? And then the second part of that was when she said they were going to go to, I think it was Morocco. And they didn't FaceTime because they want the anticipation for when they meet each other to be like, oh my God, so strong, baby. I have not seen your face in so long. Oh yeah. So they didn't FaceTime. Okay, so number one, I asked you for your IG. Number two, I asked you for your number. Number three, you don't want me to see you on the FaceTime. Is that not enough to be suspicious? No, it's not. It's not. Because then we go into the point where she has been talking to this guy for, I guess, a couple of weeks. They go to Morocco. Okay. I think it's Morocco, y'all. If I'm wrong, excuse me. But then they go and they meet at the airport. And she's just so excited. And they're making out in the taxi, but she's not that type of girl. But they're making out in the taxi. And you know what happened, right? When they got to where they went to, it was on and popping. Girl, did you go out to get something to eat first? Did you at least say, let's see? I don't know, y'all. I just feel like we've been talking for a while. And this is basically like technically my second, I believe, maybe third time seeing you. If this is my second to third time seeing you, I don't know if I would just, you know, maybe a little kissy in the car, but I don't know if I would just allow you to just take me to, you know, to get banged on within the hour of me touching down in your country. I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, y'all still went out, but I cannot take a shower? Can, you know, you take me somewhere to eat first? Can I get something to eat first? It's cute, but no, it's not cute. But I mean, whatever. And then, can we please talk about the fact that she said, and he was talking about this and talking about his mom and talking about this, and I was like, oh my God, this is the type of man I've been looking for all my life. And it just like, I got so emotional. He looked at me, he was like, what? What is it? And I said, no, nothing. And he said, no. Tell me, what is it? And I said, I love you. I busted out crying in the middle of the restaurant. Yo, girl, you ain't got no backbone. You are. I'm telling you, You were an easy lick, Onyeka. That's the sad part. That's why a lot of people are not feeling like you got scammed, because your case is just wild. You are the one who initiated everything, and you said, and per your words, the second day that you were there, right? You touched down, y'all made out in the cab, y'all got to the place, y'all bang bang. The next day, y'all go to the restaurant, he's telling you about his mom, and you're like, oh my God, he's talking about his mom, and then you just said, I'm in love. 2 days? This is your third day with this man. Your third day with this man. You didn't even FaceTime him. So y'all were just having phone conversations. I'm telling you, this is 19, 20-year-old behavior. Because when you're 19, when you're 20, and you still got milk on your mouth, because you want to be like, okay, so this is what love is. Oh my God. And you're just like big-eyed. Big-eyed. And you're just like, oh my God, he loves me. Oh my God, this is love. This is real. But you're not 20, you're not 19. I know that for a fact, Onyeka. And then you tell him, man, you love him, and you're just, so you're telling me, you said, I love you. No. That sounds ridiculous, actually. That sounds ridiculous. So I was bawling my eyes out and like thought I was getting broken up. And then he says, I don't want to say that to you. Yeah, because he got sense. He has sense. I mean, I just really met you, girl. But I mean, hey, you can love me, but I'm gonna hold off on that for a little bit. I'm not trying to say I love you just yet, but we'll think about it, right? And I don't know if this is the same day, but Onyeka doesn't take into consideration the fact that you went to go use the bathroom. While you were going to use the bathroom, you pass out. You come to, you go back. You come to, you go back. You were wet, and it was urine. What'd she say? And blood. Girl, that sound nasty as fuck. And I don't know who would be like, oh my God, what happened to me? What did you do? What? Because you were so blinded by love that you didn't say, what did you do to me? You were just like, oh my God, what happened to me? You said I had seizures? I was going in and out, and that's never happened to me before? Did you think about your health? Did you sit down and go like, now why would I be having seizures back to back? I don't know about you, I'd be scared as fuck. I don't think you were scared. I don't understand for a woman, for the first time in her life, she's just walking and she passed out, and she see pee and blood, and she is like, oh my God, but she don't ask him, yo, homie. Because this is the thing, right? Even if she didn't think about that when it happened, right? Her telling the story, reflecting back on it, she didn't even make it sound like, I wonder what happened to me, and I wonder if he did anything. She don't even say that. I'm so embarrassed. This man is just like sitting in my blood and my urine, and just even telling, like retelling the parts that make me feel like, girl, what the fuck is even like, it's sad in and of itself, because it's that bad, right? Okay. So, okay, you go to the hospital, and it's at the hospital that he says he loves you. Whatever. It is what it is. But then it's the fact that you keep selling yourself to be like, I'm not here for your money. I don't want your money. I'm not here for your money. I just want you. Baby, please. I'm good girl. I don't want your money. I want your love. I want your cheering. I want your picking. I want your baby. Okay? I don't want your money. What? Me no. Me. To tell a man at this age, at this stage in my life, for me to open my mouth and tell a man, oh, I don't want you for your money. You don't have to give me money. I go spend my money. No. I may not be with you for your money, But I'm not going to tell you that I will be with you if you ain't got no. If something happens where you lose your job and you lose your career and things happen that are out of your control, right? Things happen in a way that it's like, okay, this is not your fault, and you lose your job, I can understand. But I'm not going to open my mouth and tell you that no matter what happens, it's the fact she's like, no matter what happens, you could lose it all today, baby. I'm still down. I'm going to hold it down because I'm not here with for your money. I'm not here to spend your money. Royal King, eh? Oh, girl, and this is where she lied. She lied. If you go to the end, you really wanted to be a royal girl. You wanted to sell yourself. This is the thing, right? She didn't mean it. She wanted to make herself, like, I feel like I've watched a movie or heard something about this before. You make yourself look like, I don't want your money. I'm here for you. I love you. And I only want to be with you so the man can let his guard down. I know what it was. It was the African movie with Chinyenye Nyebo and IK Iguana. Something like that. If I'm gonna put a clip so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
Do you want me to come over and help you?
No, my king, they go. Now walk, if they walk. And they come, food go soon done. Make I cook and come give you, now king you be.
All right, my queen.
King, not the two waka. This one na king.
You know?
Now
That's how we roll,
treatment.
y'all.
Chai, you go enjoy, see? Ha.
Baby, you know, I should send you some money to cook the food, though, you know?
No send them. No send them. I don't need them. Now big girl I be.
I know, baby. I don't know. I just want to send money all the time, and you say no, no, baby.
Now big girl know they need money.
All right, baby. All right, baby. It's all right, man. That's my queen right there.
Chai.
So you trying to tell that man, and that's basically what happened. I don't want you for your money. I want you for your love. Okay, girl. You want me? You don't want me for my money. You want me for me? Okay. So you're gonna spend your bucks on me. That's what it is. That's what it is. So now you telling me I don't gotta spend my money, so we gonna spend your money. All right, boo. Let's do this thing. Of course. Man know I have to spend money. He's gonna fall for you. I don't even think that man was in love with you anyways. That man never loved you. We were falling in love so fast. You were falling in love. He was, I can't understand how you can make yourself that vulnerable to the point where you just bear yourself to be easy. Like it was like a lion on the hunt. And the lion just see one animal just laying there like, lion, come and get me, lion. Lion, do I have to put a light on my head? Wee, Mr. Lion, you just, hey, here I am once again. I'm torn into pieces. But you ain't torn in pieces. You want to bear it all, okay? Bear it all. Girl, I'm hype. I had a Alani, y'all. I had an Alani. So I'm a little hype, a little extra. So please forgive me. I had one of the regular sizes too. Forgive me now. Okay. So we talked about that, right? Let me put out my piece of paper. We're going to jump ahead to the fact that you guys got married so that he could come to America. Let me tell y'all something. I was a teenager. I may have been 19. But I know I was very young. And I was on Facebook. And this young man messaged me and asked me when am I coming to said country. And something in me went, huh? Because I paid attention to the stories and I pay attention to what's been going on to know that there are men who want to come to America and they will bear their asses and they will fake love to make a woman enter them into the United States and then dump her ass. So at the age of about 18, 19, a young man hopped on Facebook and messaged me and asked me, when am I coming to this country, right? And we had a few conversations and I said, well, when are you coming to America? And that answered my question. You let this guy goop you up, butter you up, make you into a fool. You know what? He didn't even have to. You decided to become a fool. You decided to fall in love. To the point now when you're like, oh, every time I left him, I was depressed. Huh? I can understand saying every time we separated, I was very sad and I missed him. But saying depressed hits a little weird, right? Because, you know, I'm sad. I'm not there anymore. We're apart and I'm going to miss him. But at least he's just, you know, I can just hop on the phone with him. I can see him on FaceTime. But depressed? Oh, girl. That's a little sad. That is alarming. Okay, so that happens. But y'all get married, and the part that irritated me was when two things. Number one, you guys are already married and he's going to go ask for your dad's hand in marriage even though you guys are already married. How the fuck does that work? What kind of shameless, disrespectful bullshit is that? Girl, what kind of, that you already married in court. That doesn't make any sense, right? Because even if you were marrying him just for him to come here, right? You could have talked to your parents unless you knew that they were going to call you foolish, right? Because now I'm confused. So if he used to come here on visa to come and travel in and out, then you go ahead and you guys get married for him to come. And I don't know how long he was staying for. I don't remember. But you tell us that he went to go ask for your dad's hand in marriage to marry you, but you guys were already married. You already did court marriage. So even if you want to do court marriage, you have the license, you have the piece of paper, right? You have the piece of paper to say that you guys are husband and wife. It does not matter if your daddy had said no or not because you're already married. You might not do a ceremony because your dad said no if he did, if that was what happened, but you're already married on paper, right? And then the second thing that irritated me was when she said, oh, I was waiting for him to propose. You guys are already married. Oh, we went on a trip and I wanted him to propose and I knew he was going to propose and blah, 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 blah. Why couldn't he have just proposed when you guys talked about you guys getting married? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if we have a conversation and our conversation is, hey, we should get married so that way it could be easier for you to come see me in the States and we can be together and it'll make the process easier. I would still want you to propose even though we talked about it. This whole laying down in bed and we should get married tomorrow, any of those, I still want you to get down and propose. Because why are we doing it in reverse? Why are we wanting the proposal after we're married and wanting daddy's hand in marriage after we're already married? I don't understand that. You knew what you were doing was shady. You knew what you were doing wasn't making any sense and it would not make sense to your family. And the thing is, she said along the lines of propose so that people can see. You're all about people seeing. You did TikToks, you did videos. And speaking of, when I was doing my research for this video, Onyeka still has videos of her and Martin on her page. The other point that I have is I need to understand how his sister is a officer of some sorts. She said that some bad guys that Martin owed money to threw a brick in the parents' window. His sister went to go talk to the bad guys who threw the brick through his parents' window to see how they could come up with a deal. You know how in America they said the U.S. government does not make deals with criminals, you know, that type of stuff? I'm kind of feeling like it doesn't make any sense because I'm a police officer. You want to, so instead of arresting the people that threw the brick through your parents' window, that even though my brother may have owed you money, you still don't have the right to put my parents' life at risk. And what you did was still wrong. Instead of putting you in jail and finding a way to make sure you go to jail and then going to talk to my brother to tell him to pay them people their money back so that don't happen, I'm going to go sit and talk with them and say, hey, let's come up with a payment plan. How does that make sense? That really doesn't make any sense to me. And the last point of this video here that I wanted to speak about is, Onyeka, why do you care what Martin is doing right now? Huh? The fact that this divorce was finalized the first week of November. You came and did this video. And you're like, oh, he's in Mexico, he's in Cancun. I wanted to help people. You want to help people how? If you want to help other women not be a victim of Martin, you would have said his name. You would have plastered his picture everywhere. And you would have been like, hey, this is my ex. This is what he did to me. Please be careful if you see this man because he's a scammer. He not only scammed me, he scammed other women, people that I know. So if he tells you a story about a house, if he tells you a story about a lot, if he tells you about money being tied up in his account and the IRS and this and this and that, don't believe him. He's a scammer. He wants your money and he's not going to pay you back. He's going to dip and go on. That's how you say, I don't want to have women to fall victim again. You tell them who it is, you show them who it is, and then they know, oh my God, I saw that guy. Oh my God, that guy DM'd me. Oh, he did all of that. That's how you help, but you didn't do that. You protect his image. You protected his image. You protected his name. Only people who knew you guys had a TikTok, Instagram, social media following. Those are the only ones who knew. Only the people who know you from The Bachelor, who follow you, know that. He is who he is. We all didn't know because you didn't tell us. So please tell me how you're going to protect people. And why do you care? You still love him, don't you? This whole Danish deception story was not giving, I'm a hurt woman that loved a man who hurt me. And I'm embarrassed, and I want to tell women in the Dallas area and women in Denmark and just everywhere, because I found out he's been doing it everywhere, to please be careful, because I gave my heart to this man and he trampled it. That's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. It's giving, I don't even know. It's like there's an underlying reason why you did this. You found out that man had 34 cents in his account. You found out he was gambling. You found out he owed your friends $200,000. You weren't going to go anywhere. You definitely weren't going to go anywhere, because when he told you he can't take it anymore after you went and did that trial of seeing what it looks like when you set up a payment on that Danish banking app, and you caught him and he left and he said, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. You went through every single way to get him to come back and talk to you. You are acting like everything was clear after, what'd she say? Girl, I can't remember. But you acted like everything was clear after you found out that he took money from this friend and this friend and this friend. And that's not true. It's not. Actually, once he made it clear that he was done, he was not trying to see you, he was not trying to talk, he wasn't trying to come back, and you're like, oh shit, he really don't want me, and you're still hoping, but you are still texting him, who else, Martin? Tell me who else. And I'm saying Martin because I know his name, but she didn't say his name, remember that. Who else? Who else did you ask for money? Oh my God, I can't believe you did this. You were never going to leave him. You were willing to deal with anything. And a lot of people are saying it's because of him being a white man with blue eyes. Could be, but I think it's because of desperation. I think it's because you didn't want to be embarrassed. This is why you don't hop up online and plaster a man everywhere. If you want to post a picture or two, cool. But don't go everywhere posting, talk about how your relationship is so wonderful and beautiful and how you're so lucky and it's so amazing. And oh my God, I'm like, oh my God. Because when it's time to leave, you won't leave because you gassed that man up and you're going to be embarrassed and you don't know how to face the nation. And that's what it is. If you still want Martin, tell everybody you still want him. Tell the truth. Free yourself. You will feel better. And you're upset because you wanted him to suffer without you, but he's not. Because you were a fool. You fell for him. And he got his green card. You fixed his credit. You created him. And here he is. Turned his back on you, said F you, and kept it moving. And you can't deal with the fact that that happened to you. But it's not even that that happened to you, that he left you. And I don't even think you know that he never really loved you. And that's my thoughts. That's what I had to say. If I come up with anything else, I'll make another video. But those are my thoughts, the points that I wanted to discuss that had me like, what? When it came to Danish deception. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. And please subscribe to my channel, you guys. Subscribe and go and watch more videos on my channel. Please, please, please. Thank you for watching. Emerald Louu, and I'm out.